All right, so it's Monday, September 14th at 10:40 p.m. And hello. The reason I'm making this video is because a long time ago I made a video, and I've stressed out about this and freaked out about this. Is ever since I started cultivating and questioning my gender identity, I started questioning what types of roles I was going to play as an actor. I immediately thought, at first it was fear. It was complete terror. And it was, what am I going to do? Play a guy role? You know, it was almost comedic to think that I would ever play a male role and that I would be able to think of that as a serious option. And then slowly, as my gender identity evolved and I began to really find out what it meant to me to be a man and to just find out who I am as a human being, it became clear to me that I definitely was not comfortable playing female roles, that it wouldn't fit and that it wouldn't feel right. And that was a hard realization to come to. And I honestly didn't become okay with that until really accept that until maybe like a month ago. And I've been exploring my gender deeply since like 9 months. Probably 9 or 10 months. And as I said before, I have been just nervous, so nervous about what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Will I ever be able to play male roles? And I've thought, you know, what a joke that anyone's ever going to take me seriously playing a guy. I can't even take myself seriously, you know? And it's just so entertaining to me that here I sit in my Brooklyn apartment. It's the second week of school, and we had to read 11 plays for the first week of school, and I have to do 3 scenes. Gotta pick out 3 scenes. And obviously, I'm reading these 3 scenes, and I'm looking at these scenes, and I'm looking at these scenes as a guy. I'm looking at these scenes from a male perspective, and it just was so natural and didn't require any effort and wasn't a big deal. I built this up so much in my head with good reason, because this is like the step that this was is huge. And I'm not saying that when I do the scene it's going to be easy. I'm not saying that this is going to continue to be easy at all. This is really fucking hard for me. This is terrifying. But to go from my apartment in Waukesha and saying I'll never be able to play a male role, this is a joke, to being able to sit in my apartment this entire weekend and be able to pick out scenes and say, okay, you want to do this scene with this partner, you're going to do this scene with this partner. And to look at all these plays and be able to maybe imagine myself getting up in front of these people and doing this is such a big step and is such a big deal that I can't believe I'm actually doing it. And I really gotta give props and say thank you to my 2 scene partners that I already have. I really have to say thank you to Molly and Kara. Thank you girls so much for making me feel comfortable already in these scenes that we haven't even run yet. You've made me feel so comfortable, and you've shown me that I feel like I'm not different than any other guy. Yeah. I mean, I really don't know what else to say. Is you've treated me differently than anyone else, and you just make me feel like everything's gonna be okay. And that's something that I really wasn't thinking was going to happen. I was really stressing out about this at home and was thinking that everyone was just going to think that I was gross, I guess, would be the first word that comes to mind, is that people were just going to think I was gross. And like, what does he think he's doing? Or what does she think she's doing? You know? But my classmates have just been really cool, and I know it's an adjustment for my classmates. They're still trying to get used to the pronouns things. And I understand that that's an adjustment. I mean, I still look very feminine. My voice is still very feminine. And that takes time. And I'm patient. It takes time. But now that I know these people, I'm starting to get to know them, I feel that I'm in a safe place, that, maybe it'll be okay to explore this very uncomfortable personal part of me. I'm not 100% comfortable, and I'm not there yet, but maybe it'll be okay. Maybe things will be okay. Because this is so uncharted territory for me that it's really just kind of being so stripped down and bare in front of kind of these strangers, This is the rawest part of me, and there's really nothing to hide behind. So, I guess at its truest form, it's just nice to know that I can be myself, and that I can find it's nice to know that I can be myself, and that it doesn't feel like this big stretch. It doesn't feel like this big pull that I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be this big, oh my God, I'm looking at roles from a male perspective. However can I do this? I thought it was going to be this big thing, but I'm really just looking at plays with men's names. That's the only difference. And that I connect with these characters in a different way that I connect with them with other characters. They're people. They're human beings going through an experience that I want to portray. I want to tell their story. Sure, their gender is different, but I just want to tell their story. And it just fits me more to tell their story than it does a female's story. And the fact that I'm now given the opportunity to share this part of myself in a true form is really exciting. So I'm excited to see what my future holds. I'm excited to dive in. I'm scared, but I'm excited. And, who knows what's going to happen.